So Chris,
Yeah.
another release that we were supposed to get but never did.
Yeah. This is, as you guys can tell, another dunk.
And Chris really loves his dunks.
I really don't love dunks as much as it looks, but like I said, I wasn't going to get another dunk until it was like an interesting dunk or had a history behind it. So this has some history. So let's take a look.
Hello everyone and welcome to SneakerWeb. My name is Rico.
My name is Chris.
And today, Chris, you brought something a little bit crazy from overseas.
Yeah, these are the Argon QS dunks. Now, these are very, very much different from the ones that came out in 2001.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead and start
Over
with
20 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Over 20 years this is coming back.
Yeah, it's been a long while.
Nike's really diving deep into their archives.
Now, for this shoe specifically that I got from Nike, there is the good, the bad, and a lot of ugly.
Hold on to your butts.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that.
Please start with the construction.
Yes, you can.
Guys, this is trash quality.
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
know what it is with Nike and their dunks. I mean, look, I do understand because this is supposed to be like the casual release that everybody is able to get, but unfortunately because of the resale market, dunks are just not that way anymore. And especially with the Japanese exclusive, they're gonna be a little bit more pricey and they're gonna be a little more difficult to get because resellers like to hold on to everything. But speaking of the construction, you have a AJ1 like traction pattern. I'm pretty sure it is actually verbatim the same AJ1 traction pattern on the bottom, but you also have a EVA wedge midsole that's a little more dense, doesn't have an air unit, it's just a foam midsole. And you have a very cheap insole, Ortholite, not gonna get much for a $100 retail price tag. But the leather on these guys, come on. I don't know why you guys pay $200, $300 plus on dunks because the leather quality is just not it, guys.
Yeah.
This is not it.
Now, I do see that Nike, especially this pair that I got, I can say that I'm extremely disappointed. The production quality
On your specific pair.
On my specific pair, I can't really speak for anybody else's pair, but
well, I can already see the stitches coming out.
Yeah, for this specific pair, I don't know what it is. If Nike, because I got these on a early access release.
Okay.
So it could have very well been that Nike was literally speeding to put these together and to toss them out to the crowd that got early access on these. In my opinion, I would rather Nike take their time, piece the shoe together, get the stitching cleaned up, get the glue marks taken care of, and then put the shoe out to the masses. But you know, obviously with demand comes a lot of Nike issues.
Exactly, yeah.
So the first issue I can spot here, there's a cut
in the leather.
In the leather from
you can't fix that.
Post-production.
No, you can't fix that.
And then the amount of cuts that you see, there's also one right here at the very front of the shoe as well.
Yours is on the right pair?
Yeah.
Oh, I also, look at this glue stain.
Yeah, and there's glue stains all over that, and we'll get a close-up of that as well. And the stitching on this is just so bad. Like,
oh my gosh, don't even get me started.
If you look at the stitching on the inside of this shoe, it's already popping at the seams right there. There's also open stitching right here. That's a little bit flawed. It's just all over the shoe. And then not to mention, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
go
not
ahead.
to mention the one thing that agitates me the most about Nike shoes. I don't care about the cuts in the leather. I don't care about, because you have to be really, really up close to like see it.
Yeah.
What I have a problem with is the fact that there's stains all over the shoe. From the bottom of this shoe to even on the leather here, you can see a little stain right here. You can see a couple stains around the shoe itself, all across the board. And it just screams to me like, you know, either they rushed production or they just didn't QC these properly. Now, coming down to it, as someone who's bought dunks in the past and and for a dunk that has history, you know, as a non-release, you would think Nike would put a little bit of more time and more of like patience into this pair instead of rushing out an extra pair. Because in my opinion, I've had sloppy dunks in the past, but this by far is probably one of the sloppiest dunks that I've even come across in my entire like collection. I didn't even notice these cuts in the leather until today.
Yeah.
So
for the remaining viewers that haven't clicked off of this video, the important history significance, trying to reel it back here, the important significance of this dunk, it was a part of a pack. It was the attack pack that released back in Japan. I don't know how many packs there in the collection it was. I'll put it down in the description or in the video here. But that's why you have so many unique colors. That's why you have so many different color types on here. You have you have 2 different blues and then white to add a little bit of contrast. You have a darker hue and the light blue here just to add a little pop of color. That's to be for the Japanese candy and the Japanese culture. That's what it's supposed to
signify.
Thank you.
But that's the thing, like, I understand the significance of it.
Yes.
Because this being a co.jp collab from 2001, you didn't get this colorway, you know, from overseas. And Japan is known for their really pop color of shoes, and they're really big over there. Like, Bape is big into the different colors. So Nike also did the same thing overseas. I mean, look,
I was trying to save this, but there's no saving this.
No. But I can say that overall, it's a dunk.
Yeah.
You know, it's a well sought after colorway as far as if you're a history buff on this dunk specifically.
Or if you're a collector of the dunks, you know.
Then you know, like, okay, you have to have these. But in my opinion, based off of this pair that I have,
this is unacceptable.
It's kind of a little bit disappointing because, you know, for anybody that truly loves dunks and loves the, you know, the history behind it and what it is, you know, you want to get your dunk, and it's not going to look immaculate every single time. Like, obviously Nike is pumping out a bunch of these, so they're going to have to rush through.
Nike is releasing a shoe every day.
Yeah, literally, and they're literally releasing a shoe every single day.
Yeah.
So you're going to get discrepancies and mistakes, but this is just sloppy. Like, I've never had a shoe where the leather was cut on the shoe.
No, not at all.
Like, I've had, you know, stitching situations, I've had stains, you know, not a problem, some B grade issues, but literally there's cuts in the leather as if, like, you know, they had just made that mistake and then they didn't even QC these. Or
I wanted to be excited about this because I read the history, I saw the shoe, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good video.
Yeah.
But this, like, how do I review a pair that I can't even say was good craftsman quality?
Yeah, not to, you know, throw any shade to the history and what it stands for and where it came from, but ultimately I think Nike, you know, I think it's time to pump the brakes a little bit on releasing dunks. In all seriousness, I feel like when you're putting out a Nike SB or you're putting out a dunk, I understand demand is there and you're trying to meet that demand, but I also think that you're getting in the way of your quality control because you're putting out shoes every single day. You're announcing multiple dunks at a time in a month, and then at the same time, these dunks are being put together, but they're in almost half-assed quality. And as somebody who loves dunks, you know, I'm not some guy who's a dunk head or people that love dunks or that only went after Panda dunks because they were popular. I understand the significance of dunks. Like, I had my first pair of dunks when I was in, 6th grade?
Yeah.
So I understand, you know, the love of dunks, you know, how they attribute to skateboarding and how they are also attributed way back when Nike was, you know, coming up. But this is, like, almost sad. Like, it's just like to see the leather quality be this bad, and normally I don't rag on shoes like that. Normally I find the positives in it, but there's just too many negatives on this shoe and that shoe that is just not appealing to me. Like, as a colorway, I think it's a pretty decent colorway, but at the same time, you know, I just think Nike could do better as a company when it comes to dunks. So slow down on dunks, reassess, and then try to get better quality control on these.
So overall, removing or trying to remove the quality controls, what is your design rating? What do you think of these in terms of other collabs and other dunks?
It's a dunk.
Here.
You know,
there's not really much more to say. I mean, it is a very basic shoe in design.
Yeah, like, you know, obviously you're gonna get that, you know, soft padding and the nylon tongue.
You are really I've never seen you this upset with it.
I'm disappointed because, like, you know, even though I'm not keeping this shoe, it's always sad to see, like, the downhill quality and the assessment of what Nike's doing with their shoes. And we just reviewed, like, a decent shoe from Nike. So to come to do this, it's kind of like, it kind of sucks. But aside from what my opinions are on it, just judging by the design, it's a dunk. So it's just going to get a standard rating from me. But as far as the history goes, I do think the history holds its weight. I just don't think Nike did this any due diligence with the type of materials.
Now look, if you get a better pair looking than ours, great for you. Please
Yeah.
rock them, please enjoy them, you know, have at it. But yeah, this, if you get this type of pair, throw them in the trash. Just
Yeah. Well, don't throw them in the trash. Return them to Nike, because if
Get your money back.
Yeah, if you're a Nike member, you get 60 days.
Exactly.
So I would personally do that. But overall, you know, it's a dunk. I like the history behind it. I understand it. This is where the start of all those colorful dunks started.
Definitely.
So I would just give it about a 6, you know, in my opinion. Only because I really, really love the history on these. Japan is literally one of the biggest market for dunks
Absolutely.
and skate shoes. So you gotta respect that, and in my opinion, but these are just gonna get a solid 6 for me. And I don't do that often with dunks, but I had to.
I am so disappointed
Yeah.
that I am not giving these a rating at all.
Squidward.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. And that's rare.
That's about it.
That's rare. So yeah, Nike, please, you know, slow down on the dunks. You know, the quality issues are starting to show.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, they've been showing.
They've been showing, but this is like next level. Like, I've never had a dunk this bad.
I've never had a shoe this bad.
Yeah. Like, I've had some dunks that have issues, but like this one is just like stained everywhere, glue marks everywhere, cuts everywhere. It's almost as if they just like didn't even try.
Yeah. But we are trying our best to provide the best reviews for you guys. And with that being said, make sure you guys swing by next time to see some exclusive stuff like this that you're not going to see elsewhere, and a true, honest review on these, not just some bought out review. Make sure you guys swing by next time and subscribe, hit that bell notification to see what else is coming. We got a lot more coming for you guys. And with that being said, Chris,
Just keep on tracking, guys, and we will see you next time.
Nike, keep pushing forward. You got it.
All right.
Peace, guys.
Later.
They're $1 billion company.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
they don't need us.
Exactly.